4. You're now at the foot of my modest home. Notice the Périgourdin roof, typical of the Périgord area. It is crowned with a turret in the style of a pigeonnier that was used to watch out for enemies. Notice the stone post on the ground that protected the angle of the wall from the cartwheels. It is quite obvious that next to the chateau, my home, I have to admit, was the most imposing building in the city. My status and my functions meant that I was hated. But somebody had to do the work for Monseigneur de Duras. Notice the perpendicular street named Rue des Essins, meaning facilities. In this street, to your right, you can see these narrow passages, 40 to 60 centimeters wide, in between houses named Androne. This is where people could throw their rubbish, which was then eaten by the pigs or the dogs. And the story went, when the pig could no longer enter, it was ready to be eaten. Also notice the cellar windows at the foot of the houses, through which firewood was brought in, and a little further up, a half-timbered house. Access was restricted to 2 doors, the door at the top that we'll look at later, and the lower door, which was the entrance to the castle from the 12th to the 17th century. This third passage that you're looking at now was only built in 1624. It opened at the heart of the village and enabled access to the new cemetery. If you take this passage and look to your right, you can see the Hostellerie des Ducs, an old convent restored and transformed into a hotel and restaurant in 1980. In 1864, a free school was set up in this building. It was directed by nuns from Villefranche-de-Rouergue. It was closed in 1905, the year the church and the state separated. However, some nuns taught there until 1914. Now, I want to show you a place that only very few local people know about. Let your screen guide you to a little staircase facing the entrance of the tourism office. Under the road, at the far end of the staircase, you'll find an underground room. This is actually a fragment of an underground passage that was walled in the 18th century. People here call it the Horse's Fountain. But where did this underground passage start and where did it end? This is one of the secrets that I had to and still must protect. I'll be waiting for you at the next landmark.